Well, so how long were you there?
9 years.
Oh, wow.
9 years.
So you're 92, you join, 12 years later. This is 2004, 2005. Okay.
2005, that was my end of my time in Pathfinders.
Did you do Afghanistan or Iraq with the Pathfinders?
I did Iraq with Pathfinders. That was my first time as a team leader within Pathfinders as well. So it was a good moment.
Okay, so tell me, start unpacking your Iraq experience, the first one.
So everyone, this is going back to 2003.
Yeah,
the invasion of Iraq.
Right,
building up. I was a team leader. Really good. My team was the 3-4 Delta, and it was a bit of the wild bunch, but some real good soldiers who I would see, a lot of whom I'd see later on in life.
Right.
And we were just getting ready. We weren't sure what exactly how the war was going to pan out. If you can remember back then, we weren't even sure if we were going to invade Iraq. It was all, are we, aren't we? I'm sure that our political masters knew we were always going to.
Right.
But troops on the ground, we didn't know.
Where were you guys prepping?
In Kuwait.
Yeah, okay.
And then just prepping, we're just doing, so it was all going to be vehicle mounted, so using two cut down Land Rovers to do reconnaissance patrols.
Yep.
And it was good preparation. We were ready, all set. And then the invasion happened. And then we crossed the border. Again, we were held to the rear on crossing the border. And then we moved and we set up base in like a disowned factory with the 16 Air Assault Brigade headquarters. And then we were just, my patrol was waiting for a mission.
Right. So how long were you there on the invasion?
Again, this is
long time ago.
Time ago. But
few months?
Yeah, a few months. Yeah. And we got the mission, and it was a great mission.
What was it?
It was a reconnaissance mission. So it was good. So in my time in Pathfinders, we deployed before in Kosovo, Sierra Leone, but we hadn't really been used as our real role, which was doing reconnaissance missions, whether it be an observation post or close target reconnaissance, which is, as you know, sneaking around the enemy troops, gaining intelligence. And this mission came in for my patrol, and it was a close target reconnaissance of an Iraqi armored division. Right. Estimated 4,000 armored vehicles. So it was juicy. Yeah. It was nice. And and going back to indoctrination about, there's a high chance we were going to meet the enemy. Yep. Even though that would be, in theory, you could say a mission failure because it's a reconnaissance. Correct. But it was like, hey, Chris, you don't have to accept this mission because the chances of you coming across the enemy is high, and you're going to be outgunned, outnumbered with no support. Right. And I'm like, sounds perfect. I'm in. And every single one of the guys who were with me in 3-4 Delta were like, yes, this is it. This is let's do it. What, we might die? Brilliant.
Brilliant. Yeah.
So breaking down, we had a sponsor patrol that which was so we'd use another patrol to look after our vehicles, right? Whilst we went on foot and did the reconnaissance, and I broke down the team into three of us, so we could move quietly, right? And if we got into any trouble, hopefully we could slip away, right? And I don't want to give any spoilers away because hopefully, in the future people might be able to read about this, right? We met the enemy. We came across an Iraqi ambush position, and that's the first time I killed someone as well.
So how what was the size of the force that you encountered?
It was around about 8 men. Okay, there might have been more, but visual was 8.
That's great.
And then it was just again pure. 3 of us onto the enemy force, and it was just aggression, speed, aggression, surprise.
So you ambushed them.
It was, well, what happened was, it's bit of luck, bit of faith, bit of whatever. Right. I'm walking down this track, and I shouldn't have been on the track, but the going was so bad. Right. We were to get caught in the open. So pulled in the 3 guys and said, look, we need to get on the track. We'll move down the track to, there were some power lines crossing it. This will be the demarcation line, if you like.
Right.
Once we hit the power lines, we'll go back onto cross graining, because otherwise we're never going to make the objective. And we're going to be stuck in the open. Is everyone happy with that? Because I didn't want to do something that was, people would look and go, oh, that's unprofessional.
Sure.
And I wanted everyone to say, you understand that? And they were like, yeah, well, let's do it. So got on the track and then moved it. It's at a good pace, but maintaining tactical discipline down the track. And then just as the power lines were approaching, I had a DaySac on with a radio, and I stopped to adjust it because it was digging into my shoulders. And as I stopped, I could hear whispering just about two or 3 yards to my right over a berm. And I could hear whispering, and I was like, so I turned to the guys and was like,
whoa.
The guy behind me froze. And I was like, come in. As I whispered, I think there might be enemy forces down there. And whether they heard me whispering, whether they heard me adjusting, someone stood up and looked.
Right.
Look. So I immediately raised my weapon and engaged.
Right.
1 shot, got a stoppage.
Nice.
So, and we were sure we were going to meet the enemy, so we cleaned our weapons before we left. We even stripped down our magazines, and that's how confident we were to get into a fight. Don't know if I hit him or not, but he dropped.
Right.
So I then, don't know, again, we were talking about before, do this.
Yeah.
Put it all in a box.
Put it all in a box.
It's on. So I ran up to the berm, pulled out I had a HE grenade and just threw the grenade down behind the berm.
Right.
Grenade detonated. There's a bit of a scream. And because I'd had the stoppage, I pulled out my pistol and just started engaging all the guys with weapons. They all had weapons, all ambush position. And so I had the old Browning high power and then engaging all the combatants.
Right.
Guy to my right swings up with the M249,
right,
the Minimi, and starts making music with that and sort of and neutralizing all the threats.
Right.
And he's just like, and again, complete professional, button down. And then the third guy was armed with a sniper rifle, and he pulled some hand grenades and threw it into depth. I was like, right, let's go. Once I neutralized 5 Iraqi soldiers,
right,
and the guy to my right, 2+, and then so I was like, let's go. And then working in pair, like so, those two working as a pair and me as an individual, bounding back.
Right.
Once we'd bounded back, I then turned and went, right, let's fucking go.
Right.
We ran down and for about 2 kilometers to like an RV point to get picked up. And that's why when people say, I don't understand why soldiers have to put all their gear on and run as fast as you can, because that's why.